Hi folks, this is a review on various web file storage sites. Now the idea here is to find the best site, in my opinion, for backing up files, not just for storing pictures or sharing pictures or music or whatever. This is from the point of view of online backup and free sites. Now there's quite a plethora of different sites out there, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, you'll find, as at the end of this review, that there really isn't many options at all. Now the requirements were that the site retains files permanently. It provides preferably 20 gigabytes or more storage, is most convenient for backups. That means multiple file restoration, not singular. Would be nice to have FTP, and as I said, the batch download facility is probably one of the more important things. Now what I'm looking at here is a drive, and that's got 50 gigabytes of storage. When you start up as a free user, you log in and then you have to go through a human verification, which you don't need to do as a paid user. Now the only thing I say about a drive as a paid user is that it is reasonably expensive. I don't know why they make the differentiation so great between a free user and a paid user, but I guess that's their marketing. Now if I go to File Manager under A drive, there's a few advertisements, but they're not too intrusive. It's not really that important. You can see here the directory setup. I don't know why that's happened, probably because I'm running a screencasting idea. Now the funny thing is, if I click on the directory, this time it made a liar of me. Usually if you click on it, it won't show what's going on there, but to get into a directory to see what the contents are, yeah, that's happening now. If I click on the directory, normally in a Windows Explorer it shows the contents. I've actually got to click on the name. Now one thing of concern for me is that I did rename a directory when I was originally in backup over here. I renamed this directory here from one name to another, and from that moment it wasn't visible. I did eventually report it on the forum, and either it's come right by itself or the A drive team have fixed it up, which is appreciated. But just bear in mind that the reliability factor, I trust that this is not going to happen too often. Certainly you don't want your backups disappearing because of some file system hiccup. But to download, you just go to the downloader and you can multiple download all your files, like as you can see in here. If I can get in there, double click it. I've got a whole lot of compressed files. Now I should be able to select all of those in the downloader and just drag and drop them. It's got a nice drag and drop interface, and because of that, because of the operations of A drive, the size of it, multiple file operations, I recommend this site for backups and also storing your files like pictures and so on. You are not allowed to store multimedia files which are copyrighted, but for your own personal, for your own stuff, it would be a good place to back up, bearing in mind, like what I said, just ensure you've got another copy elsewhere just in case there is a bit of a hiccup with the file system. And because you're on a free account, don't ever forget you're on a free account and you cannot expect too much for free. So if you do have problems, don't jump up and down on the people from A Drive, because they are providing a good service in my opinion. So that's A Drive. Now the another one which has got unlimited, well, A Drive's 50 gigabytes. Mediafire has got unlimited storage. I really like Mediafire, but its Achilles heel for me is that well, it's not really meant to be a backup site. It's for your multimedia files. It's got a whole lot of nice features, and so where was I? Somebody came to the door. I had to answer. Mediafire, right. Now with Mediafire you've got the ability to do a screen cut and drop it into Mediafire from within the Mediafire interface. It's got its own tray icon which you can just drag files down to and drop on. That's the Mediafire one there. I suggest, if you're looking at a online service facility for storing your files and various, just have a look at Mediafire, because it may very well fit for you, not as a backup but as a storage media. Right, so that's Mediafire. Moving from that one, iDrive, that looks really good, but you do need to pay for the service there. It's compared to other services, the amounts aren't excessive. I must admit I haven't tried it, but by the specs and everything it certainly looks not too bad. You only get 5 gigabyte. For shared, I've used that one. Now this is one of several, I'll just quickly flick through them, where you can't download multiple files and it's got its limitations, so I couldn't recommend Force Shared because of that. Walua, 5 gigabytes again, a bit small. FileServe, that to me looked like it was just the berries. It's got really nice interface, good handling methods for your files, but when you come to restore your files as in a backup with various backup files, you've got to download each individual file. So if that's not a problem for you, FileServe is certainly worth looking at. And Div Share is similar, but I did notice one problem with Div Share. There seemed to be an upload hiccup in the system where you'd upload files and they just wouldn't stick. So even though that looked good, reliability could be an issue there. And last but not least is Skydrive Windows. This is, and it usually does appear in other reviews as the best storage system available, and I'd concur with that. I'm just not quite sure why, but Microsoft have decided not to carry on the normal left area as a normal file structure. Normally you would have folders over here with the subfolders on the right, so why they don't stick to that I don't know, but currently I've got, I think it's 25 gigabytes there. If I pay another $10 a year US, I'll get another 20 gigabytes on top of that. So you can't complain with Skydrive. You know you'll have a reliability factor because of Microsoft's background, and you've got public folders, and you can not share folders as well. So all in all, Skydrive probably would be, Skydrive and A Drive would be my pick for backup file storage. So thank you for watching, and I hope this has been of some use to you, and God bless. Goodbye.